3, go.
To start this show with this casual greeting, but you just missed the funniest pre-show dance in the world. Besides that fact, welcome to Splyce TD TV. This is Game Day, your #1 spot to stop for everything Splyce related. We've got a lot to talk about today, but before I get into that, I want to thank you guys for joining me, especially you guys that came around last week. I know you were looking forward to what I was going to whip out this week as far as socks are going, so I had to bust out the Cuphead and Mugman socks. I wanted to get that out the way. Also, if you have been following us on social media, you know that I posted some pictures. If you don't know about our social for some weird reason, I got you covered, all right? Twitch, you're already here, Splyce GG. Twitter, that's Splyce. Instagram is Splyce as well. And let's not forget about our Facebook. All of the fun stuff and interesting stuff is all there, all right? So don't forget, I'm looking at the chat the entire day. Well, for the entire show, I should say. So if you have any comments, drop them. Feel free to talk with me. Post all the emotes you want. Shout out to all of the subs for Splyce and all the people posting feet emojis. I love you for it. Also, let's get into what we will be talking about today. We got a lot, like a lot. So I want to make sure that I shout you guys out, the fans. It's been some fun stuff we've been getting into with you guys. So everybody that's been paying attention on social media, I love you, Zenzigga. Thank you for the feet. I see you. It's right behind the camera. Also, let's not forget, we've got some StarCraft to talk about, some Call of Duty to talk about, and of course, our highlight at the end of the show will be League of Legends. We'll talk a lot of League before we get into the EULCS summer split, all right? So, we've got a lot to talk about. Haksu, thank you for the love. I love these socks too. My only gripe about these things, just so you know, is that they only come, it's a tight shot so you can't see, but they only gave me one of each. They gave me one Cuphead and one Mugman. It was annoying, but we're not here just to talk about my socks. So let's get into the next one. Let's get you guys updated. We'll start first here with StarCraft. So for those of you that may have forgotten, because it's been a little while in between, GSL Season 3 Code S is taking place right now. Stage 2 is going to be August 15th for Group A. Group B is going to be the 18th. Group C is going to be the 22nd. And Group D is going to be the 25th of August. And Stage 1, Stats made it through. So big shout outs to Stats, who's been he's been grinding. Also, TY made it out as well. As you guys know, Solar has been eliminated, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's all love to him. And I want to give a big shout outs to Solar, who's been moving forward and doing his own thing. Much love to him. Great contribution he's made to Splyce. We love you for it and wish you the best of luck. Honestly, until the brackets are announced, we're not going to know who's been seeded into which specific group as they move on to the second round, but it's all good. We know that, let me make sure I get the names right. I don't want to mess them up. We know that Stats and TY did make it successfully. So be on the lookout for them as they grind through GSL Code S, all right? I see some sad faces in the chat. Yeah, it's all hearts, all hearts. Let's get to the next game. This is a big one for us, actually. I don't know if you guys remember this, but last week I had to talk about Rocket League. All right, so they competed in the regional finals, and they put on quite an amazing show. Our rivals, NRG, now known as G2, that was kind of the premier match. Again, big shout outs to Jay Wismount, big shout outs to Karma for the amazing performance that they put on. Nail-biting comeback, unfortunate loss. But we know that they've been putting on quite the show, which is great because I do want to see what they do when it is time for them to move forward to, I think it's the rival series, RLRS, or I might be wrong on that. Someone can correct me. Someone's got the notes for my call Savon. This is my nickname for Zenzigga. But they'll be getting ready for that. They'll be training for that as well. And again, I want to give a big shout out to Karma, who I will be seeing very soon. I want to talk with her about kind of how she's been developing and her thoughts on the matchup altogether, because one of the biggest rivalries or one of the biggest walls they feel like they've run up against actually was G2. And so for them to finally kind of be climbing up the ranks and developing in such strength, they've just been developing such great strength. To see that they've done that makes me happy. So Chris Sal, thank you for the correction. It was RLRS. See, I did my homework. It's just so many acronyms, right? Like when you're doing esports, you're acronymed up. So it's insane. So it's much love. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Shout outs to Raz in the chat. And again, thank you, Chris Sal. The next thing I want to discuss, and we're going to spend a lot of time here actually, is going to be Call of Duty for a couple of reasons. I'm going to talk about the beta in a little bit, but let's not forget about COD Champs. This is a big deal. I have tons to say about it, but before we do that, there's actually this video I want you guys to see because it's really, really cool. and I have yet to watch the full thing with audio. So we're going to watch it together like a family. It's Mad Cat, driven, presented by Turtle Beach. Let's check it out real quick.
How would I describe myself? Laid back, I guess, like motivation driven. Kind of like to take a step back and visualize the whole picture from an outsider's perspective rather than put my emotions into it. My best quality is probably being able to look at things from different angles with helping game as well, more than outside the game. I can read people quite well, which is kind of like a really good quality, especially when coming into the gaming point of things, so yeah. Gaming kind of came as a profession once I finished college when I was 18. I kind of was like one of the few players to get paid in Europe back then. I kind of stuck with it and now this is where it is now. I first started off with a team called New Breed. It was like me, Josh, who's in Splyce at the moment, and two other people who no longer play. TCM, we won EJ8 in 2012, Epsilon for a few years. Then after that would have been like Millennium and then Splyce, yeah. My gameplay in this team, it's more of bring a consistent gameplay with the team, make sure that I'm putting up the same numbers every game and there's no slacking really. As a child I played like the World Series, I think it was like a rally car gaming, but my last car game I played was probably PGR 3. My favourite cars to drive on games, probably just like supercars like your Lambos, Ferraris, like they're just the supercharged cars. At the moment I drive a Ford Fiesta, it's my first car. It's alright I guess. The best thing about my current car is that I do whatever I want with it. If I was to get a car, it'd be a car that I'd use every day, daily. My dream goal for a car right now would be like a AMG A-Class Mercedes. It's not too expensive, it's not too cheap, but it's, yeah, it fits me quite well. One place I'd love to drive with my dream car would be the Grand Canyon in Las Vegas. Actually, I know why. It was the last mission in one of the Need for Speed games. Yeah. What drives me is just competing. When you've won, you just never want to stop winning. I think I've won about 20 plus tournaments, maybe 30. Achieving the first place at COD Champs is our ultimate goal. To get there, we kind of have to like put ourselves back in the position where we kind of have to get better. We know we're not the best, and we need to work together to get there. So yeah.
First off, what a beautiful car he has. C300, listen, I could talk cars all day. You guys know that. So it was great to actually hear the mindset of Mad Cat, him coming from, again, a championship background. He's won with this Call of Duty roster before, well, something similar to that, and it seems like he wants to get back into rare form. So I really wanted to watch that video to kind of see where his mind was, and it's great to hear that his drive is to, of course, get himself back in the runnings. And what a great place to do it. If they can take champs, and they're looking great, honestly prime position to do so, then that's definitely going to boost their confidence. So again, that was driven by Turtle Wax. And another thing that I want to do real fast, since we're talking about Call of Duty, I want to stay on CWL championships and talk about the pool. So for those of you guys that don't know, CWL is coming up soon, the championships, and they're going to be in Pool D. So if it's up, you guys can see it. This is very big. This is a very big story that we're going to see here. As you can see in Pool D, they've got to go up against E United, EZG Esports, and Team Sween. So there's a few things that I want to make mention to as we get this thing started. First off, E United is a big rivalry over there. So E United and Splyce seem to always be paired up in pools, in group play. More times than not, E United comes up ahead of them. Now, that's not to say that Splyce doesn't make it out of pools and dominate when need be. But that is definitely a big wall that they seem to hit quite often. And honestly, if I were in that position, I think there's no other team that I would want to be compared against, because it does two things for me. It allows me to see exactly where I feel I am, right? It allows me to kind of use E United as that benchmark. Can we get over this hump here? And if we can, then we get top seed in our pools. That's great. Not to mention, they are also one of the stronger teams. I mean, of course, I could talk about Red Reserve, Team Caliber, FaZe, Echo Fox. I mean, I could talk about all of these teams and the caliber of play that they have, but it's vital to understand that E United is definitely amongst the rankings. So if they can get past that, that's great. Also, let's not forget about Team Sween. So that's Marky B's former team. Actually, he has a tweet that he brought up, and I want to make mention to it. He says, get to coach the boys against the good old squad. Well, he said the old squad. So that's a big deal for him, and that's actually great. So, I mean, in that sense, again, Marky B has a little bit of an advantage because he just kind of knows and understands how this old team functions. So let's see if he can use some old, he can teach our team some new tricks and then help us pull ahead. Regardless, I mean, EZG Esports is going to be very interesting. All in all, though, a pretty strong pool for us, which is going to be great. So, you know, we pull through group play. I think we'll do pretty great, and that's just the push that we need. I'm going to read another tweet. This is a big one as well. I actually did not know this until I looked through it myself, but big shout outs to Josh, who made note that there are 7 European teams that have qualified for this event. Besides Splyce and Red Reserve, I'm trying to see all the other ones. Well, you guys can tell me. Regardless, it's great to see. That just goes to show how strong the talent pool in Europe is getting for Call of Duty. Like, these guys are getting really great, so much love to them. I want to also make mention that the winner of this tournament, this is really big, all right? The winner of this tournament, first place, gets $600,000. Okay? Say it again, $600,000 for first place. So my question to you guys, because you guys know I like to do a little bit of, you know, questions in the chat for you guys. What would you do with $600,000? All right, so I'm cheating a little bit because obviously they have to split that money amongst each other. But for you and you alone, what would you do with $600,000? You guys pretty much know what I would do. I'd buy some socks. And while you guys answer that, I also want to announce that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 beta started today. Technically yesterday if you have a PS4, but today officially Black Ops 4 beta has started. I will be participating in that, and you guys will actually have the opportunity to watch as I will be playing on stream today after our EU LCS match. So if you want to chat with us, you want to do all of that fun stuff, I'm going to be watching. So the chat as well as our hashtag on Twitter, we're going to be using hashtag SplyceBO4. It's going to be around 1:30 Eastern, okay? 1:30 Eastern. So I'm going to read the chat and see what you guys would do. I see Brother Fox said he'd buy a house. Shogun Raz said he would invest. Invest in what? Knowing Raz, he'd probably invest in like bulletproof vest or something. Danielle says go to Greece. Crisal says go to a bunch of esports events. Zenzika has a whole list mapped out. Buy Xbox, a PlayStation, a Switch, and make them into a super console, like the Yoshi's box. That was a thing, you know that, right? He looking at me like, shut up. All right, the cheapest house and give the rest of the money to Splyce, to Marty. Splyce Dota win. Marty has enough money. As a matter of fact, Marty owes me like $4. I bought him a coffee, so he don't need. Get that to me. Let me get that. Let me at least get like 4 of the 600,000. It's fine. Shout outs to Thug Simulator. We're talking about, I'll tell you what that is a little bit later. So, Dota, I hope Dota comes back. That would be great. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything else in regards to Call of Duty. But again, if you guys want to join us for some Call of Duty action, make sure you tune in at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time today. We're also going to be streaming on Saturday, and next weekend we have plans on doing the same thing. We're going to be playing a lot of Black Ops 4. Personally, I'm excited. A little bit of history about me. I mean, you guys know me for fighting games, but before I did any of that stuff, I played a lot of Call of Duty. So, let's talk about the next thing. We're going to talk about the coloring book that you guys participated in. You know, I really want to thank you guys for participating so much on our social media channels. You guys have been absolutely great. So, I'm going to read this off for you guys because I want to celebrate everybody. To celebrate the World Coloring Book Day yesterday, put a call out to the community with the following Splyce coloring book page. You guys didn't disappoint. So here they are. Show them. These are great. I want to give a shout out to Quirky for the dope Australian design. Australia is on the hunt. Miss Nekodo. First off, your name is just fun to say. Miss Nekodo. All right, I'm going to relax. Army themed snake. I love it. It's really detailed. Salute to you. Real snake is on the hunt. And let's not forget about old Bump. This is adorable. Pink and teal. I like that color palette. I actually have socks with that color palette. It's great. Bump is on the hunt. Thank you guys for participating in the coloring book. A lot of you guys also made some memes and stuff like that. We didn't forget about you. We still love you. These were just the best of the best. So thank you guys again for that. So one more thing to announce for you guys. Since you guys have been participating with us, we've got a tournament for you. This is mostly for Europe, the European crowd who's been watching us. Splyce European Summer Tournament. This is the last qualifier that's going to be coming up, okay? The last qualifier, August 4th. August 4th. I've been telling you guys about this all week, and you guys have been participating. The third one got 193 participants. I love you for that. Thank you so much. Shout outs to Runic and Serenity for winning those. And for anybody that wants to sign up for this last qualifier, this is only US players. Again, go to battlefy.com/Splyce. All right, I'll say it one more time. battlefy.com/Splyce. Third place is going to get a Corsair MM300 mousepad. Second place is going to get a Corsair HS50 gaming headset. First place, again, the custom Splyce jersey and a Corsair Vengeance K55 keyboard. And again, for those of you that join the tournament and get knocked out bright and early, unfortunately, don't worry about it. You'll have an opportunity to qualify for your own jersey, so don't stress it, all right? All right, I just want to make sure that you guys understand that. So now, I did that, so you know what that means. It's time to talk League of Legends. I have a lot to say, but before we do that, let's hype it up with a nice little recap of the Misfits versus Splyce video. It was a good one, and if you missed it, you get to see it with me. Let's check it out.
Third time.
Mega fun. Have you ever seen a megalodon? Yeah, they're an extinct species. They've died billions of years ago.
Megalodon.
Megalodon.
When I look at this Splyce lineup, I see that they've got some very comfortable picks. You know, it's comfort all around, and I still can't see them taking down Misfits, who have been so clean, so methodical throughout the entirety of this split.
Look Morgana.
Yeah, no black shield. Go Morg. That's now.
I can slow her. No, I said Trundle instead. Nice.
First blood to Kobe.
There is a lane now for Splyce to play around the early game.
I'm moving here, but this guy's no E.
We're coming from this.
We're moving. They're gonna dive, I think.
I will the Jarvan. Okay. I'm coming slowly, by the way.
I'm coming here.
Careful, I'm really far away.
Yeah? Guys, wait, just looking to defend the tower.
I hit.
Yes. Don't go. It's fine.
Will just be forced off from the tower, and that's always a threat. When Niski's nearby, you have to be cautious. Chunk onto Hansama here, already down to half HP. Oda1 coming in from the side as well, and Splyce might sense an opportunity. Alfari so tanky already on that job, and Maxlaw caught out with the pillar, knockback as well. Redemption comes out, Misfits trying to find the engage, but look at Kobe and Niski on the backline. They're still alive.
Shockwave.
Open up the curtain call for Misfits as Alfari has to dodge to the back of it all. Misfits forced away from the river. Niski's on the flank.
Oh, the Amne's going
for
in.
the sleep. He
Get
hits
him.
onto Maxlaw. Niski jumps forward with the portal jump.
You want to nice off of this? I'm gonna ult just to poke.
I will TP Uniski. Come.
1 HP. Oh,
Nice.
Ult me.
Yes.
Okay, stay with me, please. Stay with me, guys.
Help him, and we can do Nash.
Stay with me.
Wait, okay. Yes, really nice.
By the way, no, play. Come.
Go. Hit him.
Good job.
Nice.
I think we end.
I think we can actually end.
All it takes is one punch from Splyce. They take down Misfits.
Misfits struggling to get the fight they were looking for, and Splyce just waiting, being like, we're back in our element, baby.
The SpongeBob me popping off in chat. How do you actually like vocalize that? I'm gonna try, right? So don't yell at me. I can't see them taking down the Misfits. I probably sucked, but still, I had to give it a shot. So another person that I have to give a shout outs to because they were of elite. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna make a pun that sucks so bad. Shout outs to Laura Valee for being the only person to shout us out, vote on us, and of course we had to deliver. She was a believer. That's how you say her last name, is Laura Balee. So I'm calling her a believer. I told you it sucked, right? It was terrible. It was the worst pun ever. But regardless, again, man, it feels good to have people love us. And, well, we plan... Oh, look, stuff is falling. Sorry, some stuff happened in the background. We plan on delivering once again. It's going to be kind of an interesting week this week, but before I get into what's going to happen this week, I want to talk about some quick tweets. Just got to find them real quick. The first one was from Odo. He said, leaving Zoe open versus Niski is such a blessing, to be honest. He's insane. I love it, which is great because it's true. Actually, they had a whole discussion about leaving Zoe open, and hopefully they do the same thing this week. We'll see what happens. Regardless, I just really hope they do it again. So anyway, we had some drawings come out. If you guys missed that on social media, afterwards, Xerxes and Niski got really happy and just picked up a Photoshop or whatever they had. And Well, they went to town. So much so that I'm not going to lie, I kind of wanted to join in on the fun. Hopefully you guys can see the graphic and see what amazing drawings these guys did. They put their heart and their soul into it, which is great. And actually, I had a little bit of time to do a little bit of drawing myself. Hold on, let me finish coloring in the thing because I wanted to see if I could get it, you know what I'm saying, get my Trundle game popping off. It didn't work too well, but I mean, I think I did like a good representation of what they drew, right? It's a little something like that. I only had one marker though, so, you know, I have to take what I have to take. Regardless, it was a great time to get a great win, especially because last week was Niski's birthday. I want to give a quick belated happy birthday to Niski. And of course, the EULCS team had a way of celebrating on their own. It was pretty funny. We captured it blog style. I want you guys to see it, so let's check it out.
So it's Niski's birthday, and right now we are going to the bakery to get him the best cake possible. So I'm here with Kobe.
Hello.
Yeah, what kind of cake do you think he wants? Like,
I think Niski likes a good bit.
a good chocolate, no?
Chocolate, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else there's, like, that's what you get for a birthday.
Yeah, I like chocolate. I'm pretty sure. If I like
chocolate or strawberries or
if I like chocolate, he will like chocolate as well.
Yes.
So basically we went to the bakery. We were like hard looking for the perfect cake. We found it. It was we actually had to order it online because we didn't really find it.
They didn't have any cake, so we have to find it online.
Yeah, so now we're gonna pretend that we actually went to the bakery, we bought it, but actually we're just gonna order it online because it's just more convenient. Sorry, Niski. So yeah. No, what about
We put it here?
No, we leave it here and then you take it out on the camera.
I mean, also you can take it away and you just put it here and it shows the
cake that we ordered is finally here. Now we are ready to give it to Niski.
Ladies and gents, can we have your attention, please?
Hello.
Thank you.
I bought it for you.
Wait, did you?
Yes, I bought it. Only me. I bought it for you.
Really? Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, bro.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Niski. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, so I've never heard of a birthday pie, but it works. All right, fine, whatever. Happy birthday, Niski. Hopefully you enjoyed your pie. Fine, this is cool. Anyway, let's get caught up on what's happening this week. So this week is important for us as we have two matchups that we're going to be going up against. First is going to be Unicorns of Love. The second is going to be, of course, H2K. So let's start off with Unicorns of Love first. If you know, we lost to them on the first half of the summer split. And honestly, they are a team that goes head-to-head against us very well. They have a play style that does kind of counteract how we play. With that said, though, these are adjustments that have been... I've spoken a little bit to Odoamne, and I had a quick chat with... or I at least got to see on social media the plans that Kasing had. So they're not too worried about this matchup. They feel like they have a beat on them. But what we want to stay away from is like a nail-biting situation, kind of like the spring split. If you remember, Unicorns of Love was actually the team that we had the base race scenario against. So we want to avoid that because that was kind of an odd situation that we managed to come out on top in, but there's many more lanes for us to dominate. The next matchup is going to be H2K. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, okay, H2K, whatever. They're at the bottom of the ring. They haven't won a game this entire split. Yeah, that's kind of why it makes this important. I think at this point in time, especially because we're on the second half of the split, nobody wants to be the one to lose first to H2K. So if you think that there's no pressure, think again. Again, I'll say it again. Nobody wants to be the one to go 1-1 with H2K. So again, they're going to have to play in tip-top shape, but the chances of them doing so are pretty great, especially with the adjustments that they have made in their scrims. preparing for the Unicorns of Love. So expectations in the chat. Crisal says, I feel Splyce can 2-0. I feel the same way. I know Xerxes had some art. We don't have that available right now, which is fine. But again, these guys have been drawing and just kind of getting in their zone. So the fact that I see Xerxes on there kind of feeling comfortable and, you know, having fun on social media lets me know that there's a lot of confidence in the room amongst each other. And there's a lot of trust. Hopefully we can get hopefully we can get Zoe again. Anything is possible. But I want your thoughts in chats. How do you feel this entire weekend will go? Somebody made a shout out to Aspen. Oh yeah, that's right. Aspen was in the video. If you guys don't know who Aspen is our ever so beautiful, lovely, gorgeous styrofoam snake, courtesy of Turtle Wax. Shout out to Turtle Wax once again for providing us with that. Right now we are talking about League of Legends, by the way. If you guys are concerned on what we're talking about, shout out to Longfoot Panda. Cool name, by the way. I like all your names. And I have a lot of thoughts on this scenario, but this time around I want to hear what our coaches have to say. So what we're going to do is what we always do every week, and you guys seem to enjoy it a lot. We're going to kick it to Coach's Corner. This time around, we're talking to Duke. Let's see what we got.
Stressed that you can never find your protein shaker when you last left it? Has an opportunity to take a selfie come up and you have been too slow to get your phone out? Well, not anymore with Sherry Smithy's Shook Shaker Selfie Taker Promise Maker Deluxe. This tool has it all. Snap a picture and get refreshed all at once with the patented design that now adds 46% more productivity to your gaming lifestyle. No more fumbling around for all those things you need for your active League of Legends lifestyle.
I never leave home without my SSS TPM.
I can't live without it.
This is the best item ever! But wait, there is more. Be one of the first to order and you will get a free whack thrown in. The white Exide Cold attachment adds a convenient aircon function to your SS TPMD that will count down any rage in your team. This is a one-time offer, so call now and order today.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. Yeah, we can do that later. Oh, shoot, I gotta go. I'm on camera, bro. I'll see you later, bro. Whew, sorry about that. Yeah, so that was Coach's Corner with Duke. I don't know why he decided to show off our tech, but yeah, that was the SSS TPM. It's pretty nifty. I approve. I'm just saying. So shout out to Duke for that one. Great infomercial he did showcasing a great product. It'll be in store.splyce.gg at some point, but just check periodically. You can get yourself some stuff. Also want to give a big shout out to Matt for his creativity and coming up with all of these fun videos that you've been seeing from Coach's Corner, anything League of Legends related. Matt, our videographer, our editor out in Europe, he's been just having a blast, and well, you guys get to see all the fun stuff we do. But we do have some serious remarks, so let's break it down real quick because this is vital, okay? Duke says, while we have been rebuilding the team in the past 4 weeks, we are still inconsistent. Sometimes we beat the best teams in the West, such as Misfits, Fnatic, or Liquid, but sometimes we struggle against the likes of Giants. This week we faced 2 bottom-tier teams. It's time for us to show that we deserve our place among the top-tier teams in the league. These are sentiments that I personally can relate to as a professional player. You guys like when I do this, I'm going to do it again. There's nothing more infuriating than when you go to an event and you are just fighting the best players, right? And you're going head-to-head with them. You're dominating. You're eliminating them. No problem, right? You feel like the best player. You feel like you're absolutely a top player. But then for some weird reason, the next tournament comes, you get grouped with somebody in pools. They're not so great, but maybe you're not warmed up. Maybe you're not in your prime. Maybe you're just not playing at the top level capacity because it hasn't been drawn out of you yet. And it's a little bit closer than it should be, so you start to kind of wary. Anything can happen, especially in pools, and anything can happen when you just don't feel very warmed up. I think this time around this week, especially because this is the second half of the split, they're ready to go. But that's all I need to say about that. I'm wishing them the best of luck. Please bring home a 2-0 weekend. We're rooting for you guys out there in Europe. And with that said, I want to give you guys a big thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. We got about a minute until we host Riot. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this show out. We're going to go to Riot and we're going to watch all of the games as a big happy family. Make sure if you need to talk to me or you want to reach out to us, get on our social media, especially our Twitter, and use that hashtag SplyceGameDay. Don't forget, after the game, I will be playing some Call of Duty. So make sure you come right back here if you want to enjoy some Call of Duty Black Ops 4 action. It's going to be great. We've got about 30 seconds until we kick off, which is beautiful. I can't wait to see the games. I know you guys can't wait as well. Final shout outs to everybody in the chat that joined. Chris Sal, Longfoot Panda, Smiles, Brother Fox. Oh, there's a bunch of names, man. I can't shout them all out at the same time. I just want to say again, this has been a great Splyce game day. I will be here next week. I don't know what socks I'm going to be wearing, but you guys are just going to have to find out, okay? We got about 5 seconds until we get started, so I'll see you guys later. Let's count it down from 3, all right? You ready? 3, 2, 1. See you guys on the next one.